All right, Vice, what do you got for me?
Below Europe's largest glacier lies secrets that could have devastating global consequences.
Oh my. Oh.
We're in Iceland, embedded with an international team of drone pilots and scientists. They're about to use cutting-edge drone technology to 3D map underneath a glacier for the very first time.
If you lose the drone, you lose the data.
To get there requires crossing some of the world's most treacherous terrain.
You okay?
Just a little scratched up.
Their aim, to find out if glaciers are melting from below as well as on top, and how this could lead to disastrous volcanic eruptions.
When the red hot magma mixes with the ice cold glacier ice, then you have an explosion.
These are very extreme environments.
Even before the team gathers hard data, we can see with our own eyes that this glacier is shrinking from underneath. But without the drone, there's no way to tell how deep the recession goes.
So Charles is setting up the Helios 3. This is a newly released drone. It still has the cage. The propellers are guarded, so it can bounce off of different objects and it will not cause any damage. It can come up with a 3D model of where the drone is or what the space is that's being flown. So it is cutting edge stuff. Nothing else could fly in a hole like that and go underneath the ice and document what's going on down there.
Oh, man.
The idea is to keep an eye on your battery and plan your flights so that you don't push that battery all the way down or else you'll fall out of the sky. Most importantly, it has a LiDAR pack that allows it to record data.
And LiDAR is really similar to sonar, kind of like what bats use to fly inside of caves. And so for a bat, what they do is they make sounds and they wait for the echoes to know how far things are.
LiDAR is laser.
That kind of helps them map a cave. A LiDAR sensor is the same thing, just with light. So it's just emitting a bunch of photons into the environment. It's collecting those, and it's building a map of whatever
light,
it's flying.
not laser.
And over time, doing that repeatedly, you can see exactly to very, very close specifications how much the ice is changing.
Even though this drone is top of its game, it's running into issues.
I think it's the cold weather is giving it a bit of a problem. The hope is that we can keep it running with a little bit of battery and then the internals will warm up, but it's not working so well yet. We do put these things in very difficult situations. We do that on purpose. The idea is that we'd rather send the drones than people into some of these hot spots.
At last, the drone is back in action, completing several successful flights hundreds of feet deep into the glacial cave. We won't truly know the impact of the melting underneath the glacier.
Does anybody else want to drink that water? Like, I really feel like that's like the most freshest, purest water ever coming from a glacier. Like, honestly, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping.
Until the crew can go back and analyze the data.
Probably the thickness of the ice reduce until this cool down and disappear in a few months.
Shrinking glaciers give us undeniable proof that our planet is warming up. And as these glaciers melt, it can have catastrophic effects on rising sea levels across the globe.
So we just come out of the cave. Now we still have about 2 hours of walk to the cars.
Okay, why is it only half of the video?
It's a long day. Time for the air. That's for sure.
Thank you very much.
Hydrofish. Cheers. Thanks.
The following morning, the team of drone pilots and scientists are analysing the data.
This drone allowed us to go in impossible places.
The idea was to do a reconnaissance and try to go as far as possible in a safety manner. And we went all the way down, very deep inside the cave, when you have maybe 20 centimeters, 30 centimeters between the drone and the water. You're really like inside the drone, try to focus not to lose it in the river. If you lose the drone at the bottom there, it's almost certain that you cannot recover it.
For missions like this, sometimes the main win is just getting the drone back without damage. But the data it's gathered is a monumental starting point for more precise research.
We have an Auster LiDAR on the drone that is recording in live and giving us a live stream of the cave in which we are flying.
The 3D map reveals that the team flew the drone more than 300 feet deep into the cave, a distance equal to the height of the Statue of Liberty. But they say the cave itself continued even deeper than the drone could go. As it stands, Iceland's glaciers are reported to be losing 5 gigatons of ice each year. That's a lot of ice. It's the equivalent of 500 million African elephants. But if the glaciers are also receding from below,
That's a really
then that
weird
figure could
fucking
be even
equivalent.
greater than previously thought.
For the first time, we obtained incredible data. These are amazing for future comparison.
While this is just the start of the scientists' research, others have been studying this glacier for decades. We went to visit Thorv Arthur Arneson, a scholar at the University of Iceland who has documented the country's glaciers through multiple photography projects over the years. His team's time-lapse photography of part of Vatnajökull has shown a stark reality. His research shows that since just 1989, this glacier has shrunk by close to the size of Denver, Colorado.
I feel sadness because places that I love are being changed forever. Everything you love, everything you cherish is in danger of extinction if we don't learn to act now.
No. Remember what Elon Musk said? Global warming isn't any threat to us. The real threat is the human population dwindling. That's why him and his dad are fucking their way through CEOs and getting them pregnant.
What is the biggest challenge ahead of us? In general, not only with regard to AI. What is the biggest problem that needs to be solved?
What's the biggest threat to humanity's future or something? I think we need to watch out about population collapse. So we need to watch out about population collapse. Low birth rate, I think, is a big risk.